Across Africa, stories of transformation are unfolding. Stories of nations and regions redefining their destiny. But few stories are as inspiring, as relentless, and as deeply human as the rise of Eastern Nigeria. From years of neglect, from the scars of conflict, from the challenges both seen and unseen, a people have stood tall. A people known for their spirit, their innovation, and their unyielding belief in progress. This is not just a documentary, it is a journey through resilience, rebirth, and the power of vision. You are about to witness how, against all odds, the southeast of Nigeria is reclaiming its place in history, building cities, industries, and futures with its own hands. If you believe in the power of a people to reshape their own destiny, if you believe in Africa's ability to rise, no matter the obstacles, then stay with us, watch till the end, and share this story, because the world needs to see the rise of Eastern Nigeria. In the southeastern corner of Nigeria lies a land defined not just by geography, but by spirit, a region where the echoes of a turbulent past meet the rhythm of unyielding progress. The Southeast, homeland of the Igbo people, has long stood as a symbol of ambition, resilience, and reinvention. For decades, it has faced neglect, marginalization, and conflict. Yet, against all odds, the region continues to rise, transforming adversity into innovation and the pain into purpose. Today, as Nigeria faces a wave of uncertainty, the Southeast tells a different story, a story of renewal, a story of a people building their own destiny, brick by brick, dream by dream. This is not just a story of a region, it is the story of survival, ingenuity, and triumph. In the years following Nigeria's independence, the Southeast found itself navigating the weight of a country struggling with unity and power. The scars of the Civil War left deep marks, physically, economically, and psychologically. For decades, the region faced systematic neglect. Federal projects were scarce, infrastructure deteriorated, and political representation often felt symbolic rather than substantial. Major industries thriving in Enugu, Abia, and Port Harcourt were abandoned or privatized, leaving a trail of unemployment and stagnation. But even as the state's attention drifted elsewhere, the people of the Southeast refused to fade. Faced with insecurity and underinvestment and political isolation, they turned inward, harnessing what they knew best: trade, craftsmanship, and innovation. The insecurity that later plagued the region, often state-sponsored or politically manipulated, sought to break the spirit of the people. Yet, instead of retreats, there was a renewal. Markets grew, roads were rebuilt by communities, towns began to fund their own schools, hospitals, even security outfits. It became clear, if the system would not build for them, they would build for themselves. The Igbo have long been known for their entrepreneurial fire. Across history, they turned displacement into discovery, thriving in trade, manufacturing, and technology. From the streets of Abia to the markets of Onitsha, enterprise became a language. Young men and women built businesses from the scratch, often starting as apprentices under the famed Igbo apprentice system, now studied globally as one of the most successful wealth distribution models in Africa. The result was a silent economic revolution. Remittances from the diaspora began to flow into the region. Cities like Owerri, Awka, and Enugu started to glow with new estates, hotels, and commercial centers built by not the government, but by individuals who refused to wait for help. Everywhere, signs of rebirth began to emerge. Streets that were once echoed with despair now buzzed with construction. The Southeast was learning to depend on not politics, but on people, and in doing so, they began to change the narrative from neglect to empowerment, from victimhood to victory. The last decade has seen a transformation few would have imagined. Beyond resilience, the Southeast is now becoming an economic force. In Imo State, a discovery changed everything. Geological surveys confirm that the state holds the largest natural gas reserves in sub-Saharan Africa, a resource estimated at over 200 trillion cubic feet. With the rise of energy-focused investment, Imo is positioning itself as a new energy frontier for Nigeria and the continent. The construction of the Seplat gas processing plant in Ohaji, Egbema, marked a milestone, one of the largest in Africa, capable of processing billions of cubic feet of gas daily. This project, alongside the expansion of modular refineries, is setting the stage for industrial transformation. Meanwhile, Aba, long known as a creative center in Africa, is experiencing a manufacturing revival. The Imba Economic City, a 9,500 hectare free trade zone jointly backed by federal government and private investors, promises to turn Aba into a global hub for production, logistics, and technology. Anambra has become a hotbed for innovation and commerce. The newly commissioned Anambra International Cargo and Passenger Airport in Umuleri stands as a testament of visionary statesman and leadership. Built without federal funding, it connects the region to the world and opens up trade routes for goods and services across Africa. In Abia, the leather and garment industries continue to thrive. Shoemakers and tailor export to neighboring countries, and the Made in Aba brand is gaining global recognition for its quality and affordability. Across the region, tech startups are rising, with hubs in Enugu and Awka fostering a new generation of digital entrepreneurs. The Southeast is no longer waiting to be rescued. It is building its own renaissance, one innovation at a time. Drive through the Southeast today, and you'll see a landscape transformed by determination. In Anambra, the International Cargo and Passenger Airport isn't just a transport hub. It is a symbol, a proof that vision can overcome neglect. Alongside it, the Awka flyover, the expressway expansion, have modernized travel across the state, while industrial clusters in Nnewi and Onitsha are getting direct access to global markets. In Enugu, the International Conference Center and the ICC Hotel now serve as regional icons of business tourism, bringing in investors, diplomats, and corporate leaders. The state's new Unity Park, road realization projects, and Opinsukka Expressway expansion are rapidly changing its urban profile. Ebonyi State has transformed from one of Nigeria's least developed states to a construction powerhouse with ultra-modern flyovers, dual carriageways, and the Margaret Umahi International Airport. The state's capital, Abakaliki, now shines with illuminated streets, smart street lights, and growing healthcare infrastructure. In Imo, urban renewal projects in Owerri and Olu have expanded roads, hospitals, and recreational centers. The Oguta Blue Lake Resort project aims to turn the natural lake into a global tourist destination, while ongoing oil and gas infrastructure promises to anchor industrial expansion. The story repeats itself in Abia, where the new Osisioma flyover, road construction, and industrial estates continue to define Abia's skyline. Across all 5 states, communities and private developers are filling gaps left by government inactions. Roads, bridges, and estates are funded by cooperatives and hometown associations, proof that development can be people-driven. Beneath the noise of politics, the Southeast is quietly building industries of the future. Nnewi, often called the Japan of Africa, remains one of Africa's most industrial cities, home to innocent vehicle manufacturing, Nigeria's first indigenous car brand. The city continues to lead in automobile production, plastic and metal works. Aba's small-scale industries have evolved with technology. Entrepreneurs now use computer-aided designs, 3D printing, and global e-commerce to reach international clients. Factories, once powered by diesel generators, are shifting to solar and gas-powered systems, reducing costs and boosting sustainability. Enugu, once known for coal, is rebranding itself as an innovation and education hub. The Land Business Park, Free Trade Zone, under construction, is designed to attract international investors and establish Enugu as a center for light manufacturing, trade, and logistics. Agriculture is also seeing a rebirth. In Ebonyi, rice production has skyrocketed, making the state a leading supplier of premium rice in Nigeria. Cassava, palm oil, food processing factories are springing up across rural communities. And in the energy sector, Imo and Anambra are collaborating on gas pipelines that will connect the Southeast industrial clusters to a national and international market. Across industries, from real estate to tourism to digital startups and manufacturing, the region is proving one truth: when opportunity is scarce, innovation thrives. What does the future hold for the Southeast? The answer lies in bold transformative visions. In Enugu, plans for a 300-bed international hospital are underway, a medical facility designed to serve not just Nigeria, but the entire West African sub-region. The proposed smart city project in Abia and Imo aim to blend urban design with technology, creating sustainable cities powered by clean energy, digital infrastructure, and efficient transport. The Land Business Park Trade Zone in Enugu is projected to generate tens of thousands of jobs, linking local industries with global supply chains. Plans are also in motion for a rail line linking all 5 Southeast states, a project that will revolutionize movement, trade, and integration across the region. In Abia, the proposed Port City project promises to open new waterways to commerce, connecting inland markets to African Atlantic trade routes. New estates, education centers, and logistic parks are springing up, often led by private sector investors and diaspora funds. As global capital looks for stability and growth in Africa, the Southeast stands ready, a region of builders, dreamers, and innovators. At the heart of every success story in the Southeast is the human spirit, indomitable, ambitious, and endlessly creative. The region's youths are writing the roles. Across Enugu, Oka, and Abia, tech incubators are nurturing programmers, engineers, and entrepreneurs, from fintech startups to renewable energy ventures. The Igbo spirit of enterprise is finding new expressions in the digital age. Education remains a foundation, with dozens of universities, polytechnics, and research institutes. The Southeast is among the most educated regions in Africa, producing innovators who contribute to industries worldwide. Cultural pride, too, remains central. The arts, language, and traditions of the Igbo people continue to evolve, blending heritage with modern identity. And across the diaspora, millions of Igbos remain deeply connected to home, investing in housing, industry, and philanthropy. They return not just to visit, but to build. This connection between home and abroad fuels a vision larger than borders, a vision of self-reliance, progress, and unity. From the ashes of war to the dawn of renewal, the southeast of Nigeria has walked a path few could endure. Neglected by policy, battered by insecurity, and often excluded from national development, it refuses to fall. Instead, it rose through resilience, innovation, and sheer determination. Today, it stands as a living example of what people can achieve when faith outlasts fear and vision outshines victimhood. The rise of Eastern Nigeria is not a miracle. It is the outcome of work, of courage, of hope that refused to die. And the world looks to Africa, the next frontier of growth. The Southeast tells a story, powerful story, that even in the face of neglect, progress is possible. Against all odds, the land and its people have risen, not just to rebuild, but to redefine what is possible for a region, a nation, and a continent. Against all odds, the Southeast has risen, not through privilege or policy, but through people. It is a living testimony that progress is not given, it is built. From Abia to Enugu, from Nnewi to Abakaliki, from Owerri to Umuahia, a new dawn is breaking, and the world is beginning to see what true resilience looks like. But this story is far from over. The journey continues, and you can be a part of it. If this story moved you, if you believe in the vision of a united, thriving, and self-sufficient Africa, subscribe to this channel, share this documentary with someone who needs to see it, and join the conversation in the comments below. Together, we amplify the voices and stories that define our future. Together we rise against all odds.